Howdy, folks. I'm Colonel Sanders, and you're not over in California. It's still Star Wars Day. I'm sorry I'm late. We've been out all weekend, and we just got back, and I had to wait for this game to update. But we are here. We are live. I want to set up a live goal. 30 minutes, and surprise. I don't know. I don't know what the live goal will be. I don't know. I'll put I don't know. But thanks for supporting. It feeds my ducks. It kind of puts me on the spot. I don't know what to do when it says, how will you celebrate? My sister will be joining us, but she cannot wear a headset right now. So it's just going to be my commentary, and you might be able to hear her, behind the mic. But I'm unsure if you do or not. If my favorite little nemesis is watching, Thayer, hello to you. Why don't you say we put this feud behind us because I'm in the Colonel's family and you're not, and you're just making yourself look like a fool. It's really annoying to my family and I. Yeah. It is. It's really annoying. And sad. So I made sure that the museum knows who you are, so you don't have to worry about that. They know you. And you're not going to work there as the Colonel. I know Dennis, I know Bill Hale, and I know the owner of the JRN franchise in general. And I showed them what you've said. And I told them the full story. And I've showed them what I said to you back when we first met and how we became friends. And, it's quite sad to see a friendship, or what I thought was a friendship, turn out to be an entire grooming situation to get somebody to trust someone so they could do this, that. I never heard of any impersonator of somebody's family going this far. My sister's tired of hearing it. My parents are tired of hearing it. My grandparents are tired of hearing it. And we're tired of you, Thayer. So I hope you're proud. I hope you're happy. This is the legacy you're leaving your family. This is how they will remember you. Because I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I'm the Colonel's nephew. This is my legacy to continue. And, if you never lashed out, and I'm sorry to everybody watching this. This is just for him because I know he watches the stuff. He's hidden from my channel from commenting. But he watches. I know he watches. So this is for him since he's blocked my ability to contact him. And, the entire family, really. But I nominated another Colonel Sanders lookalike, not because they looked like Uncle Harley, but because they were doing work for breast cancer awareness. And a background for folks, while I'm getting the live opened up on my phone. When I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer. Prior to me being diagnosed with cancer when I was 8, my, at the time, lifelong dog, Winnie, she died of cancer. My great-grandma Ford died of cancer. My great-grandpa Ford died of cancer. And right after that, my great-great-grandma Fortunata died of cancer. And she was 101. And I knew all of them. We were all close. And then I was diagnosed with cancer right after that. So cancer has been a big part in my family. And when I see people doing something to raise awareness for a cure, that touches me. I want to reward them in some way. And as a Kentucky Colonel, you nominate other worthy individuals. It's one of our duties as a Kentucky Colonel. And I also have autism. So growing up, already up in the vase so that we can play. Growing up, I have Asperger's. And it's not called Asperger's anymore. They classify it as something else now. But that comes with socialization issues. And when you have cancer and chemo being pumped into your brain, because it was in my eyes, that chemically interacts with what I had. And I didn't know that, but this is what the doctor had told me. Because I used to be really fast at processing, and that's coming back now 20 years later. I'm 20 years clean of cancer, hopefully. And it really slowed my processing and put me behind where I was supposed to be mentally and in school as well. And that was really hard. So that made me grow up with no friends and bullied a lot. So this guy, Thayer, that I had nominated for colonel, I nominated him because he worked with children with autism, disabilities, serious illness, sometimes lifelong illnesses. And now that struck close to me. Neve, can you turn that down just slightly, please? That struck close to me. And I was telling him, because how he got in contact with me was through a Facebook forum when I was looking at why are people impersonating my uncle, why am I seeing all these people on TV degrading his image. And this guy contacted me, his name was Red River at the time, and he started talking to me like a friend, and I finally had a friend, and I thought it was cool, and he was interested in Colonel Sanders and the things that I was interested in, learning about my family history. So we hit it off for a while, and I told him about me and the cancer and the autism, and he told me about the work he did, and I wasn't a colonel at the time, and I said, you know what, I really like what you're doing. If I ever become a Kentucky colonel, I will see, because he said he really wanted to be one before I even mentioned it. And I said, if I ever become one, I'll see to it that I put a good word in for you. And he promised to put a good word in for me for KFC, acting as if he was working at getting in the corporate business and representing my uncle. And at the time, as young as I was, 18, I thought that was a good thing, because I never thought my family would have a chance of representing our family history in any way again, especially me, because of how I was. So I thought that was a good thing. I'm following you. I'm going towards you. I guess I'm landing here, though. So I nominated him for his work with children, and then he used that nomination that turned into a commission to completely brag about being as close to Colonel Sanders as he could. And I came across another, Homer Harmon. Really nice guy. I don't even know if he's still alive. And he liked to dress like Uncle Harley and put smiles on people's faces, but he did a lot of selfless work with raising awareness for breast cancer. So I nominated him for that, and as a young colonel, you know, I thought it was really great. I was nominating all these people that were doing good things. And the guy that's slandering me now online and holding the letter he tricked me into writing after manipulating me for years to trust him, and then saying he'll give me things of KFC if I did it, which he did. He pulled through with that. He gave me things. I have a video on here that's privatized because I didn't want to give him any glory anymore. But I'll be happy to publicize that if he wants to continue pretending he doesn't know me. But he blocked me for 5 years after lashing out about how he was supposed to be the only one, especially a personator, to be nominated by a member of the colonel's family. Because if we nominated anybody else, then it took his specialness away and it didn't mean as much. So he lashed out and he blocked me for 5 years. And I had made a new account some years later because I lost my Facebook account, and Bro and I talked again, but not before I did an interview with Jim Ross Meskimen, the voice actor of my uncle. That was the time Thayer had realized, oh look, a blaster! Thayer had realized that I was starting to get up there, starting to talk to the people who were actually involved in the business. And okay, I'm coming. And he was shocked. He went, "Oh wow!" in the comments, and even Jim gave him a shout out on that. And I didn't even mention that we had issues with him because I just wanted to let it go. He wasn't causing me any issues online. I didn't realize he was still telling people. You got him. I helped though. I didn't realize he was still telling people he was endorsed by my family. After blocking for 5 years. Well, I do. I got 3 blasters. Do you want one? I got a shotgun blaster, a SMG one, and Han Solo's. So anyways, Bro lashed out, and then he saw me on Jim Ross Meskimen's channel, and he commented, "Oh wow," like he was shocked that I was there. And then he reached out to me. And I decided, you know, I used to talk to him. He was a really good friend and listener. So, you know, I forgive and move on, right? That's what Christians do. Or what you're supposed to do. Person. What you doing, pal? What you doing, pal? What you doing, pal? What you doing, pal? Shoot him! Yeah, my health was low. You should have shot him to begin with. I got this. So yeah, I'm giving you all the story here on live. Because I'm not afraid of it. He's acting like he has manipulative power over me. So anyways, he didn't even tell me he was still running around with this letter going to KFC events and stores, stuff saying he was endorsed by my family. So I had no idea he was still doing it. I kind of assumed that he and I were on the same terms, that after he lashed out, he was no longer endorsed. Because I publicly had said that my family doesn't endorse any impersonators, because he wasn't the only one causing drama. There were others too. And this is what ruined it for me. And so we had a similar dislike for Johnny Miller, another impersonator of our uncle who actually worked, my uncle, who worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken. He's over here, Nevaeh. Got him. And he used that against me, but with me, to try to get me to trust him. He said that I, Thayer, will be the one to push Johnny Miller out and represent better your uncle's legacy. That was how he sold it to me. And when I was younger, you know, I believed it. But he used that to groom me into trusting him to do so. Ah, holy crap, what the heck was that? Okay, nope. They want to throw bombs, I'm gonna run. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so Thayer adds me back. And we get to talking. He neglects to tell me the truth on things, that he's still using the letter. And Johnny Miller is going to the World Chicken Festival after saying he was no longer going to be doing impersonations. And mind you, all these guys, including Thayer and including Miller, told me if my family does not approve of them and are not comfortable with them impersonating the Colonel. Hello, Canadian Jet. No crowns yet. Then they would happily step down and retire the suit. So I requested that they stop. I said, yeah, I'd rather not start this entire dramatic bull crap over this. So just go ahead and stop. I mean, I can't make you stop, but you're asking if I want you to, and my family does. So yeah, we do. We want you to stop. Acting like that they were, you know, respecting the legacy, respecting the Colonel. And what followed was, oh crap, I'm dead. I got shocked by lightning. Okay. Ready up. What ended up happening was Miller was going to this event, and Thayer was going to the event, and I told Thayer at the time, again, thought he was my friend, thought we made up. He apologized for his lash out about nominating another colonel. I told him he had my permission to go to the festival, and if Miller tried to act like he was endorsed by the museum, because I knew he wasn't, and endorsed by KFC, because I knew he wasn't, I talked with the organizers of the events, and they received an email from Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporate saying that Miller no longer represented them, and that they were not asking him to show up to these things. He was just going to, you know, get fame off of the Colonel's image. So I told him that he had the right to tell Miller, or me, that we don't, because Miller had also blocked my whole family. We know what he's doing, and we don't appreciate what he's doing. So what Thayer told him was that my family has an open lawsuit against him. And then he messaged me that he said that. And I told him that's not what I told you that you could say. I said you could tell him we don't approve of him. And I said you need to go back and apologize to him and tell him that you lied. Because at the time as well, Miller was telling Thayer he was too fat, short, and balding to be the colonel. Hey, Burrito. And I went off on Miller for that. I was like, dude, my grandfather's short, thinning hair and round, and he looks more like the colonel than any of you will ever dream of. So you're going to tell my grandfather, blood relative to the colonel, that he's not going to look like him? I mean, that's basically what you're saying by making that comment towards other impersonators. And he apologized for it, but Thayer did not apologize, to my best of my knowledge, for lying to him, saying that there was an open lawsuit. This caused Miller to unblock me and spam my phone with phone calls, begging to talk to me to drop a lawsuit, like to completely drop it, but it never existed. So I made it clear to Miller that it didn't exist, and Miller blocked me after learning that. But Thayer said, I think it's high time that we go around telling people who the real impersonator that is endorsed by your family is. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. You're still telling people you're endorsed? I thought that you would figure 5 years of blocking me would mean that you're not endorsed anymore, that you cut ties. No, he's waving that thing around parade float, like a parade float, telling people that he's endorsed by my family. Well, I told him, well, you gotta not do that. Because first off, I was a lot younger. I was more naive. You tricked me into writing that with how you went about everything. Is there a TIE fighter here? I told him straight up that I felt manipulated by him. He goes, oh, my heart's broken that you would even think that I'd do something like that. And because of the drama that he was causing and the other impersonators, I made a statement on my TikTok that we don't endorse any impersonators. After I had just shown the people that I do actually like, and he was included at the time, I had made a video because people are like, do you like any impersonators? And I was like, actually, yeah, I do. Here's a few of them. And then he pulled that crap, and I was like, never mind. We don't endorse any of them because of that. And then he threatened me, saying, how would you like if I post what you posted nice about me for all to see, huh? How would you like that? I'll get your card here in a second if I don't die. And we spatted for a little bit, went back and forth, and I told him, you're not endorsed. I'd be happy to write you a new letter. Where's your card? I told him I'd be happy to write you a new letter that states that we don't mind what you're doing, but we don't endorse it, along with not endorsing any other impersonator. And he didn't like that. He wanted to be the guy, so it's almost like he planned this. Is that a person? Please don't be a person. Please be a stormtrooper. It's a person. There's a person. Yep. I'm gonna get my booty cheeks. Booty cheeks clapped. Booty cheeks clapped. Booty cheeks clapped. Booty cheeks clapped, and I don't care. Booty cheeks clapped, and I don't care. You die. Ha ha. Ha ha. Get. Look at it. This one's for you, Thayer, too. Oh crap. Live Nevaeh. I can't tell who's who. That's a player. Bigger than crap, that's a player. Well, now it's up to you to get me. I'll continue ranting on. People are watching, so yeah. Remember to like the like button. Boosty out there. So anyways, we spatted a little bit. And it ended up with him blocking me. And I was like, okay. That's the end of it. I'm not adding him again. And then the Colonel's great-granddaughter contacted me. And Providence... Now, originally, I had issues with the Colonel's grandchildren. And Thayer will probably bring this up. Because I told him I had issues with them. Like, what a-holes to want to cut me out and, lie to my face and block me after adding me. But I understood why. Because of people like Thayer. I'm on the internet dressed like the Colonel. They have encountered hundreds of impersonators in their life looking for a payout, looking for something like what Thayer was looking for. So when I come on the internet, they haven't heard of the Sanders family in a long time because they thought they were all dead. I pop up and I want to introduce myself to them. They want nothing to do with me. First they added me and then they blocked me and gave me some bullcrap excuse. It pissed me off. But I talked with them years later, and you know, we're on good terms now. They understood why I felt the way I did, and I understand why they did it. They explained it's because of people like Thayer. So anyways, to get you caught up on that story, Kentucky Fried Drama, right? Providence, the Colonel's great-great-granddaughter or three great-granddaughter, I think it was his great-great-granddaughter, contacted me and said Thayer name-dropped you. That guy Thayer, one of the impersonators, name-dropped you. But she was doing some family research. I guess I inspired a lot of the family to start doing some more research and gathering some things of theirs to see what they could find too. And what she found was Thayer's page name-dropping me, and he dropped a letter with my name on it, not the one where he scribbled it out to pretend that it's from someone else in the family. But he posted the letter, and he said, I'd like to thank my good friend Anthony Sanders, Colonel Anthony Sanders, for nominating me so many years ago to be a Kentucky colonel and endorsing me to impersonate his uncle. Something along those lines. And I was like, no. I tried reaching out to him, made another account to contact him. I politely asked him to take it down. I did this, that, and the other to do it the right way, get him to take it down. He blocked those accounts, continued posting. It made me have to make a video, and he's doing this on purpose because he's trying to get the rise out of me. He wants people to see me get mad at this. I had to make a video saying that I do not endorse him. My family does not endorse him. My family never endorsed him. I was the only one that did in the family. And then I learned about how he was. So, I mean, it's just bullcrap. That was 3 years ago. Then I had to make a video 2 years ago again, saying the same thing because he name dropped me again.
I'm in the lobby.
Oh, okay, I'll meet you in the lobby. And people were just starting to look me up because my TikTok started going viral. They want to know, hey, is this guy really related to the Colonel? They look me up. He name dropped me on his page. I'm going to pop up on his page. Just like if people search Thayer, they're going to find him on my page because, you know, all I got's truth to share. And I didn't want to make this drama public, but geez, oh Pete. Enough is enough. Yeah, no, you're family to the Colonel too. You can say things. This guy has no kinship to the Colonel. He is a retired old man that obviously is schizophrenic or something, and that's not to offend anybody with schizophrenia. I had plenty of friends that have it, and unfortunately some have died from it. But this guy is like crazy or something. I don't know. I don't know what his end game is. I mean, he made me contemplate suicide even. And then I realized I'm Colonel Sanders and he's not. And I came out of it. Thanks to the support of some of my viewers here and my family. They slapped some sense into me. I was like, yeah, it would have been absolutely stupid to do it over that. But I mean, this guy, he went above and beyond. I'd rather Johnny Miller, be my best friend or whatever. And, I despise that guy with a burning passion. I'd rather him be my best friend than have this guy dressing like my uncle and doing the things he's doing. It is a horrible thing, Burrito. And I really hope that he seeks to... Nevaeh says hi. I really hope he seeks the help that he needs. I mean, he needs help. I want him to shut up about my family and I, and the sooner he does that, the sooner I stop talking about him. But I'm going to leave everything that I've ever posted up as part of my history in the journey of this family legacy, and bringing some more respect back to the Colonel's name and the family, rather than it just be a mascot and people that like to dress up as him. These are the things I had to deal with and go through at a young age to get to where I'm at now. Burrito says hi. He said it just like that too. Burrito says hi. So anyways, I told him I'd write him a new letter, and he didn't want that. He wanted to be endorsed by the Sanders family. It's like he planned it just in case my family and I ever have an issue with him, that he would still act like he is endorsed. And act like that's going to get somewhere with the brand, you know? I'm actually in the family, and it's got me nowhere with corporate. It has got me nowhere with corporate at this time. So what makes him think that acting like he's still, like, some part friends with the family or whatever is going to get him to be the next Colonel Sanders for TV? If they are not interested in working with real Colonel Sanders in their ads. I mean, like, they'd work with me before this clown. Especially after he's, you know, dug his grave in the Colonel Sanders world. I don't see anybody, you know, if they ever do a search on him, they'll see the stuff that he's doing to the Colonel's family, and that's not an embodiment of the Colonel. Yeah, that was gross. Was that you?
That was me, and I got a 45 gold. Yeah, it was red.
Yeah, I just want to live my life, make my family proud, and continue this legacy, and now I got to deal with things like this. I am grateful that Miller hasn't done this stuff. He's at least more respectful in that light. He's not respectful in the way that he impersonates Uncle Harley and lying to the family saying, oh, I'll stop doing it if you guys want me to, and then continue doing it. But, you know, I don't expect any of them to really stop it unless they get a court order from Kentucky Fried Chicken for misrepresenting the brand. Really, Miller's the only one that would get that because he actually represented the brand at one point. Thayer's just a crazed fan. He's not making them lose business or anything, but it's a bad look. I'm trying to follow you. Hold on. I do need help. Secret tunnel. But anyways, I'm out here trying to make a name for my family and myself. And continue the family legacy in the proper way. And that's a lot of it has to do with that, I think. A lot of these impersonators are not happy that the Colonel's family is actually getting attention again because they feel like it's a threat to them that they will never be able to do what they were hoping and be the spotlighted person as the Colonel. Here's a gun. Hold on. Taking medkit. Yeah, I don't think the corporate cares about the family either. The franchisees do. And maybe one day corporate will care. I mean, you never know.
What's the new update?
Apparently not that. Going this way. We're at Shiny Shafts, huh?
It'll take us to like a secret.
You think they could have renamed that something else? Shiny Shafts just doesn't sound right. I got a shiny shaft for them. What?
Stop.
So, anyways, this is the crap I deal with, and it ticks me off so much, and, you know, rage baiters are gonna feed off of this. It ticks me off so freaking much. Oh! What? Hold on. I have finished my training. And now? Can I do force stuff? How does that work? What do you mean? I'm sorry. Is there no force abilities? I guess not. Anyways, yeah, I gotta deal with that stuff. The haters would tell me get your own identity. So why should someone in the family not be proud of the family legacy and want to continue it? And we should allow these manipulators, groomers, and creeps and weirdos to impersonate my family over family representing the family. I mean, shut up. You know? Oh, crap. So yeah, I had to deal with all that bull crap, and I've been ranting about this for 30 freaking minutes. And that's what they want. But you know, it's no publicity is bad publicity. You know, all publicity is good. And for really? Did you fall? Or is there someone up there?
No.
And they want their name out there, but yeah, I'm getting up there in the world with people knowing who I am. And I have well established myself as a member of the Sanders family and a representative of the Sanders family. Now, back when he tricked me into writing that letter for the bullcrap that he sent me, I mean, he has one of my uncle's suits. He could burn it for all I care. It's not my uncle's anymore, and it never will be. We don't want any of the memorabilia that he has of our uncles. It's not even worth anything anymore. The family don't even want it. The people who knew the colonel don't even want it because he's tainted it. All the impersonators that have something of his have tainted it. It belongs in a freaking museum. Is where it belongs. But I would advise the museums not to take them either because they're tainted. So, whatever. I'm going to put this in the playlist of why I don't like impersonators so people can see it in that category. But back in 2017, I was not a representative. I had 30 followers maybe on YouTube and maybe 300 on Twitter for Minecraft videos. I didn't talk much about the family history. So, back then I did not have the right or anything to like say anything on behalf of the family. I was what they would call a wannabe. You know, I was clean shaven, I was a nerd. I didn't really know what I was talking about, didn't know much about my family history at the time. And by the false promise that was given that, hey, your uncle will be in good hands with me doing it. And then the promise of, hey, I know your family don't have much of your uncle's stuff anymore. I'd be willing to hand you some KFC memorabilia in return for a letter signed like this, since we're good friends now. I mean, yeah, it's my own stupidity for writing it. He knows that. Oh, good. End them now. Here, take this. Take this quickly. Take it, quickly. Quickly. The other one's coming. Right behind you. Get him. You have to block with LT.
Yeah, but I don't know how to use those. I haven't got that yet.
Ready up. We'll do it again. Anyway, so yeah, half hour of this bull crap ranting on about the guy. He's probably jacking it right now, hearing his name over and over on my page. I don't know. That's just a guess. I don't know. Maybe he's sleeping like a baby. Sorry. I don't know what his end game is. He ain't going to remove me from my family or turn my family against me. I tell you that crap right now. That's what it sounds like. Because I know my followers that know me will go over there and see that stuff and be like, get a load of this guy and this crap. And it's really creepy that he went to my Florida church's page. So in order for him to know about that, because I don't think I ever told him the name of my church, he had to go to the news interview I did where they said at St. George's Episcopal Church, or no, he said his local food pantry, Garen Flowers did, and they had a sign of St. George's Episcopal Church. So he had to go to that video, go through the trouble going to that video, finding the church name, go through the trouble of finding it on Facebook, and then scroll years worth of photos to pinpoint me in them. And he found one of me at a Halloween trunk or treat where I'm standing with the priest. At the time, I wore Hawaiian shirts, and he dressed like a priest because he's a priest. And I asked him permission if for trunk or treat, because originally I was going to be Luke Skywalker, and I said, you know what, it'd be funny, you're a funny guy, I'm a funny guy, what if we impersonate each other for trunk or treat? And he said, sure. But I never like pretended to give any blessings or anything like that. I just stood there doing the smirk. He had this smirk and wearing sunglasses, and he walked around just like me, and it was funny. But he had to go back and look for those photos. I did that twice, once when I was 17 and once I think when I was 18. But he had to go back and look for those photos. He cropped it, and then he posted it to his Facebook and his YouTube channel that I was a clown impersonating and deceiving the public as a young priest, which was not the case. I mean, you could see that I had construction paper taped around my neck, and you could see that I was not in traditional priest wearing clothes. A priest shirt is like a dress shirt, but it, buttons up all the way here. It's not a vest, which is what I had on top of a spandex shirt. He looked for a while to find the photos of me, but I didn't even post those photos. He found those on my church's page, which is really creepy. I mean, who else in my family is he stalking? Because that's just stalking right there. And believe me, if I had a boatload of money, I would take him to court over a lot of this, because my whole family would actually. Because it's not right, and it's very disrespectful and defaming of my family, not just me. I'm trying to find him. And he knows I don't have money. Because he used me for years for information to learn about my family. He knows my family doesn't have riches beyond riches. I gave him a fake recipe once and told him it was it, and he believed me and said he was the target of his life. And he's so proud that my family would entrust him with such a secret. It was bullcrap. I think it was Joe Lettington's recipe, actually, and I might have tweaked it a little bit. I'm not sure. But it was a bullcrap recipe. I just wanted to see what he would do with it. That's why on my Instagram post I said, if anybody knows a lawyer that'd be willing to take on this case with me and help me deal with this and get it over, please contact me. You have to know my position. I can't pay you until we win. And he knows that. I'm not afraid to say it. He knows it. Because he talked to me for years. He asked me if I would ever sue any of the impersonators, and I said, well, if they went way too far with something, probably, but we don't got the money to do that. So he's been working it out and working the information out of me for years to see just how far he could go, see what he could get away with. And it's bullcrap. But, the world is what it is. There's crazy people out there, and it's a good example of you don't talk to strangers you don't know online. And, yeah. So anyways, he thinks he has this power over me by holding that letter. I'll post the damn letter myself. It has my full name on it. I'll post a whole letter myself. The scribbled, looking like a 4th grade writing from 2016. He had me sign it for the year 2017. As a matter of fact, I did post a letter myself with my name on it. Because it came from me, not anyone else in the family. And they can pretend it all they want. That's mine. So can you guys see how much this bothers me? I am just trying to uphold my family legacy and defend it against misinformation, people trying to be something that they're not, lies, and defamation against both the brand and my uncle. I'm trying to bring awareness to how things used to be, how he intended for it to be, how it's supposed to be with the brand. I'm trying to make sure all this stuff is remembered accurately, because we've gone away from the roots. And these guys want to be the guys to do it. For crying out loud, the guy, I've been known to post a photo I found online of Uncle Harley not realizing it was Photoshop, but this guy posted a photo of Martin Luther King Jr. and Uncle Harley together eating at his dinner table with the year. And he shared it. At first glance, and I shared it to my page, and I thought it was real at first, and then I got looking at it, and my viewers got looking at it, and were like, this is Photoshop. I went, you know what? It is Photoshop. I'm coming. It doesn't look right. So I looked at it, and I found the original image. It was actually of him and his daughters and his Martin Luther King Jr.'s family sitting at dinner. that someone photoshopped the Colonel into and photoshopped KFC at the dinner table. There's one right here. And there's one over here, but I'll just drop you this one. There you go. So anyways, I looked up, found the original photo, and I pointed it out. This guy is posting misinformation. He acts like he has all these original photos of my uncle. And he has some that my family has shared to him. Or my family, I shared to him. Because he seemed really interested in the stuff. I was like, hey, you want to see the Colonel's brother? This is what he looked like. This is what my grandpa looks like. Yada, yada. And he would hype me up saying I look just like my uncle. He really believes that I'm going to be... Yeah, he really believes that I'm going to be representing the brand in the future. He really feels that it's going to be my calling and that I was put on this earth to do so. Like, you know, hyping me up kind of bull crap. But he never really meant it. Especially with what he's been posting now, proves that he never really meant it. Oh, good, I'm being shot. Yeah, I got 0. I got mainly assist, and you got 9. Good job. Well, yeah, as I've been ranting, you have been cooking, so. Like, I just want to play games, talk about chicken, and, you know, if people want to dress like my uncle, dress like my uncle, but don't take it this far the way these guys have. You don't need to go to Walmart dressed like the Colonel. You don't need to go to the restaurants dressed like the Colonel. The Claudia Sanders Dinner House doesn't care about you. I don't care if you dress like the Colonel, bring your wife there, and act like you're this big shot. You know, if you want to go and eat there as tradition, whatever. You're not Colonel Sanders. You never will be Colonel Sanders. And that's why I say I'm Colonel Sanders and you're not. Y'all don't believe me on this stuff. Watch the Colonel Schizo Shuffle Part 2. I actually included the screenshots of our conversations and how he talked to me. And while I was editing that video, I realized how creepy it was. Man, you look good in that suit. And you could come over to my house and stay here, Bubba, and we could go to the chicken festival together. Or you could come over to my house. I'll let you try on your uncle's suit. Things like that. Yeah, more people. I don't know. It was this way. Yep, up on the hill. Press a fire. I'm dead. I am dead. I'm coming this way. I'm dead. I'm gone. I'm deceased. High School Musical, the musical, the series. No, Burrito, in my personal opinion, I don't think so. I don't think I would have. But Miller did the same thing. He didn't offer me to wear my uncle's suit. But I was entertaining the idea of coming to Colonel Fest by myself, and he says, now you're talking, you can come over here, stay at my house. I go, no, I got family in Kentucky, I'll stay with them. He goes, nah, you come over, stay at my house. I know all the people that run it, we can have a grand old time. He didn't know. I mean, he might have known them, but they didn't care. I talked to them. That's why I was going to go, is because I talked to the people that run it. They wanted my family there. They thought it'd be really cool to have the Colonel's family actually at one of these events. Specifically with the last name Sanders, they thought that would be really cool. And they're the reasons mainly why I don't go parading around and bragging that I'm related. Because I don't want to look like them. The older I got, I realized I don't want to act like and look like them. And that their behavior is what turned the Colonel's grandchildren away from wanting to, you know, display that they're related. And they should display it. And if they don't want to, they don't have to. But you shouldn't have to hide and, you know, be ashamed of it. You should be proud of it, or embarrassed of it. You shouldn't be embarrassed of it. You should be proud of it. I'm proud of it. But it's embarrassing that people like this exist.
Yes. Yes.
So we're not going to get me. Anyways, I'm really disappointed with how it ended up, and I wish I was smarter when I was younger and didn't talk to these people.
It has
They still would be doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Thayer's just trying to use my family name and the drama to boast himself and become famous. Miller has just been trying to... How'd you use the lightning? Miller has just been trying to use Uncle Harley's image for his own self-gain. He told me it's his own personal goal to be the next Colonel Sanders to bring back the roots. So,
Okay.
block and shoot to use the lightning, he says.
Yes. We block it. Are you watching?
Yeah, well now, I'll watch up there. Okay, that makes sense.
You want this?
No, you got that one, I got the other one. I don't want it, I want guns.
Papa, I'm
I want guns. Guns, I want guns, you use it.
I want good at these.
You'll get good, you gotta learn. But yeah, I wish I was a lot smarter when I was younger. But you know, I lived under a rock. I've never been on social media before, and being bullied my whole life. When people want to act nice to me, I'm like, heck yeah. And now I'm like, people suck. I'm good with the blasters snipers.
It's a blaster sniper. I don't know why I'm saying it's sniper.
I don't know why I'm good at the blaster sniper, but not snipers.
I don't know. Chug jug.
We could be pro Fortnite gamers.
See, Xbox One.
Where's the gun?
It's underground.
All I see is a chug jug.
Yeah, people over there.
There's no mark on it anymore, is what I'm saying.
Staring at it. Right here.
Is it blue? Is it a blue
Yes.
mark? Oh, it's not showing me the gun anymore. Where is it? Is it over here? It's way over there. 150 meters away, right? Way over here?
No.
Okay, that's the one I'm seeing.
People. No.
There's no gun there.
Follow me.
Oh. Interesting. Thank you.
That's it.
Here, have an ad. If Thayer's gonna watch it, you can at least give me some money for it.
You're gonna have to clip this entire thing, Bubba, because I'm the one who's been taking notes.
That's fine. This is I needed to rant this out.
Just so everybody knows, I'm a great clutch when it comes in.
We're going to be streaming Fortnite a lot more now that Star Wars is back into it. I'm going to try to get back into it now. We completed we completed the entire campaign and the KFC quest in Funko Fusion. That's done. Great game. Great series. I crashed out at the end, but it's okay. I could cuss a little bit. And then we finished our Minecraft Survival series.
Needed.
Great game, Burrito.
If needed.
Oh, okay. Let me just land on top here. Yep, that works.
We're chilling right now.
Can I zoom?
The bulb that people were throwing.
Can I zoom in?
I don't think it's not like the other ones. Ow. That burns. Yes, I know. There's probably people.
I saw somebody run. Oh, it was Delbert McNeil. Yeah, we finished our Minecraft Survival series. That was a fun one. If you missed it, I urge you to watch it. It was fun. I have a Roblox video to get out, which is going to be a fun one too. Tyler and I made a Roblox video. 18 and up, preferably, or, you know, whatever. If your parents approve of it, watch it. It's just foul language. Foul, get it? Bird, poultry humor. But yeah, all of our main series we finally wrapped up, so we're going to start streaming Fortnite more often here. August will be our Tetris all August long. And I'll throw some little chicken bones in here and there of history content. I'm trying to take a little bit of a break from it so I can get away from this guy dressing like my uncle. and try to expand my content out more with things that I love, such as Kentucky Fried Chicken, such as gaming. This is a damaged TIE fighter. Stand back. I thought maybe I could pulsate it out, but gather fuel for the TIE fighter. It's right here. We must gather the fuel. Big barrels. Nah, there's one over here. Can two people ride on this thing? How many more? One more fuel keg. Or barrel.
Got my last one.
I got all mine. Oh, we're fixing it together. Okay. You're on? Alright, let's try to find some people. There's a crown! Did you really get sniped? Oh crap, I'm getting shot. These things were a lot easier before. Oh, frick. Okay. We shouldn't have gotten in that thing. Just saying that. I'm sorry, I'll come back. I got... You can't throw a lightsaber down as an enemy's chasing behind me and say take it. I like the season, I do. It's challenging, it's Star Wars, that's always good. Anyways, I'm sorry you all have to listen to me rant, make videos about it. And what he wants, I guess it brings relevance to his life. Yep.
So thanks there.
But it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I feel bad for his family, that's the legacy that he's publicly leaving behind. I'm sure they love him, and I encourage them to keep loving him. But get him some help, please. He needs the help. He needs the help. As for the other impersonator, I mean, I even thanked him last year for finally backing off and stop saying things, and he just started it again. And he admitted he laid traps with lies and manipulative posts to see if I would respond to it, because they were posts that affected the family legacy, such as he said that he is going to corporate in January as a brand ambassador. Post a photo of him dressed like Colonel Sanders. What does that say to you? Does that say I'm going as a brand ambassador for a completely different company, or does that say I'm going as a brand ambassador to Louisville, Kentucky at KFC HQ as a brand ambassador for Kentucky Fried Chicken? So that to me sounded like, hey, KFC corporate's finally hiring him to be a brand ambassador. So now I've tried contacting corporate before, warning them about this guy. I don't know if they ever got it, but I made a video. I said, hey, KFC, don't hire this guy. I mean, you do what you're going to do, but my family has issues with him, and this is how he behaves as the Colonel's image. And, you know, we know our uncle best, and he does not embody that. I used to think that he did with the helping the ill children. But, you know, that's not the only aspect of Uncle Harley, and the other things that he's doing is not what Uncle Harley would have done. Multiple personality disorder is the one with multiple personalities. This guy does not come across with multiple personalities. He has one personality, and it's either being schizophrenic or mentally ill about being Colonel Sanders. I don't know, or maybe just an a-hole. I don't know. I'm dead. No, ready up. We'll do another one. I don't want to bash the guy. I mean, I am left here to wonder and ponder, why is he doing this to my family image? Why is he doing this to me? Why? If you want to play dress up, but why do you gotta go this far? So the things come to my mind is schizophrenic, mentally deteriorating brain, fungal infection in the brain, bipolar disorder. I don't know. What causes a person to act like this? Somebody needs to check in on him, make sure that he's getting the help that he needs. I know he's watching this, he's getting pissed off about it, but I mean, is this really what you want your family to remember you by? Is harassing and saying false things about the Colonel's family member while actively impersonating the Colonel and claiming that you're defending my family legacy? By doing so? By injuring the family? Like, is that really what you want to be remembered for? Because that's what you're going to be remembered for. I'd be happy to make a video, tell people it's finally over and he's just going to back off and go our separate ways. I'd be happy to do that. But bro wants to dress like Uncle Harley, and bro knows that after everything he's done now, he can't do that with me in the picture, because I've said what I've said. So if he could get me out of the picture somehow, I don't know what his goal is. Maybe he wants to shoot me. I don't know. He made a comment once asking how long it would take him to get to my town, and he name dropped my town. Which has nothing to do with Colonel Sanders or KFC. I mean, if I said somebody's in Corbin for, you know, wanting to work with KFC and stuff, is that what I look like when I'm chasing you? That's one thing, but this town is so far away from anything KFC other than a poor franchise. Yeah. Oh, hello, Stormtrooper. Climb up there, buddy. Ah, I'm dead. I pulled the trigger, but I'm dead. So, like, what was his intentions of dropping my location in actually kind of a threatening way? I've never done anything like that towards him, and now some viewers have. I've had some crazy viewers in the past say some pretty wrong things, which I shot down immediately. I said, no, you're not going to do that. I blocked them. Supporting or not, you say something bad like that, you're gone. I don't want that on my page. I don't want anybody doing that on my behalf. I mean, no, wrong. And he took that comment and acted like that. I told people to say that, and I didn't. I just said, we don't endorse this guy as a member of our family. We don't endorse this guy as an impersonator of our family. He's not endorsed at all. That's all I said. But then he says, I wonder how long it will take me to get to name drops my town. So, I got screenshots of all that too, of the post. He deleted some of the posts, privatized some of the posts, privatized his accounts to make me think that me reporting them for the harassment and bullying and whatnot worked. And then I thanked everybody. Thank you for supporting me on this and helping me get these things taken down because these were wrong. And then he made a post, made it public again, said, I'm back. Psych. Child games. I don't know, man. I'm 28.
I mean, shit.
I'm 28. Last Sanders in the family line. Trying really hard to represent the family. I mean, we got a temper and people know about it, but I mean, if you're going to tell me I don't got a right to get upset over this, I'm going to tell you to F off. That's all there is to that. Why are we waiting? Ready up.
I'm mad.
Ready up. Oh, you think I'm not? Ready up. Ranting about this guy for an hour. I've been holding this crap in for a long time. I did a podcast. It has not aired yet with Jacob Young. We talked about this. We talked about how I feel about this and, you know, where I come from on it and why I'm so passionate about the family history now and the legacy and representing accurately. I mean, I know I criticized KFC pretty heavily over the years, but I'd love to work with them. I'd love to bring some roots back to the company again, especially with all the choices that have been made to move away from their roots to uproot them. I'd really love for that opportunity, and I think other people would love it too, and I think it would do really well. If I do that, then I've won. You know, the impersonators can F off. They're not going to do it, and if they do, they have to, you know, work with me. But, yeah, I did a podcast. It hasn't aired yet. It was supposed to air back in February. It was with Jacob Young, an award-winning actor. He's a really good podcast. He's a really nice guy. You know, I haven't heard back from him since then. He said 2 months ago that they were working on the episode and it was going to air. He was excited for people to see it, but it hasn't aired yet. And we don't just talk about the impersonators. We talk about my cancer, my upbringing. We talk about why I'm so passionate about the legacy, how I got started in it. We talk about my opinions on the brand things, and we address the rumors such as Miss Childress and the history on that and why it's fake. It was a really good episode. It was a really good episode that we did, and I hope he still uploads it. If you look at his uploading schedule on Spotify and Apple podcasts and stuff, you can see that it's very far and few in between. And I think it's good. He's a busy guy, so it's like every 6 months or so they get a new episode. I'm hoping he still uploads this one because it was a good one, and he said it was a good one too. He really enjoyed it. The podcast name, Real Conversations with Jacob Young and somebody else. I can't remember it, but go to Instagram, go to my following list, look for Jacob Young, he's verified, and go to the link in his bio and you can see all of his things there. The podcast is on everything you can listen on. But yeah, there, I hope you've been entertained by this live, and really, I'd love to make peace, but in order to do that, you're just going to have to stop this crap. You have to stop I can't stop you from impersonating, but you're going to have to stop this crap of acting like you're endorsed by the family still. You're going to have to stop this crap of acting like you're better than the family with what you're doing. You're going to have to stop this defamation stuff. Now, I don't care if you take the post down or not now, because I shared it on my page so people could see it. I wanted people to see it. I wanted their opinion. I wanted to see if they thought it was as funny as I thought it was. Until you started posting videos of me acting like that they were sex videos. That's almost revenge porn kind of deal. But luckily, there are not any videos actually like that. You're just labeling them like that, trying to manipulate the public view of my content. Burrito, I don't know. I think you're one that saw them. One of them was clearly an obvious joke, but he labeled it Blowjob Sanders or Boy or something like that. And then the other one was Anthony Sanders humping. And I wasn't even humping. It was an exercise video where you get down on your hands and knees. And you do kind of a run jump on your hands and knees. And it went viral. People were saying, oh man, that looks wrong. I'm friends with Justin Danger Nunley. And he made a video. That's where I first saw it. He made a video going, man, I thought that was something else. It was a gym exercise. And the girl was really working it. So when I was doing work for Lee's, for free by the way, I did that exercise trend with my suit on, which was extremely hard to do without ripping the seam. And it was heavy. So I was doing the exercise and I was saying, don't make this flop. Don't make me do this exercise for nothing. Go follow Lee's today. And it worked because it was a viral thing. But he took it and said, Sanders boy humping. Like, what? Highly inappropriate. And I've reported this stuff on Facebook and on YouTube. Yeah, I'll take it. They haven't taken it down. They say it doesn't violate their guidelines. It's clear targeted harassment with false information. And he's trying to get people to come to my page and think that I'm this disgusting person impersonating my uncle. I want people to go to his page to see what he's posting. Go ahead. Make him famous. Don't send him any hate. Not like you can. He turned his comments off. But I don't support sending hate to somebody. But check him out. See what he's about. Just don't contact him. Because he might try to pull what he did with me. I'd say there'd be other victims of it, but nah. None of the other members of the Colonel's family got involved with impersonators or trusted them. A lot of members that did have any kind of money, people took advantage of them and, you know, tricked them into giving them some money. So a lot of people just don't bother with it anymore and they separated themselves from it because it just, between the step cousins, you know, Claudia's family spreading lies and misinformation and bragging with lies and misinformation, nasty, disgusting lies with misinformation about the Colonel. These impersonators, these people pretending to have things that they don't, be something that they're not. They just kind of separated themselves from the legacy completely. And that's sad. But I'm trying to give them something to be proud of again. And then this guy comes along. So, about as real as it gets, folks. My page has always been just, you know, talking, vlogging, gaming, history. Those are people. It's not like one of them big channels where we just post a gaming video and that's it. No, I'll interact with y'all. I'll talk about how I feel about things, and it's all part of the legacy too. If I ever become super famous, I'm not going to ignore this little bit of history. I'm going to let people know, you know, I had to deal with this kind of crap, and this is really what drove me in the commercials to do it, because somebody in the family needed to accurately represent the family. I think it's weird that people will spend so much money on items that used to belong to my family to surround themselves with it and brag about it online. Oh, that Death Star's close. And, like, you know, trying to make their entire life being somebody else. Everybody gotta start somewhere, right? That's one reason why I will not go out, find someone, and have kids. When I die, my last name Sanders, in regards to Colonel Sanders, will be gone. Unless my sister has kids and keeps the last name. In that case, do that. But, hey, if you jump to the edge, you can vault over there instead of having to build so much. Get up on top. But when I die, the last name Sanders and the Colonel's family ends. There'll be no more children with the last name Sanders. There'll be nobody else after I'm gone. I'm assuming I'm the last one to go. all the Sanders before me will be gone. And there'll be nobody that can pretend to be. And you could test it with DNA. We've done DNA testing and no results come back with the other Sanders. Lots of members of the family. No other Sanders. Last one was 1997. He died. And the Sanders name did not continue. And he was a cousin. He was the Colonel's uncle's son. So a cousin of the Colonel. Howard Sanders. John Alexander's son. Yeah, this is kind of cool, isn't it? Oh, look at a little grill. Can I eat that? Nope, but I can break it. But there'll be nobody to pretend that they're Sanders because I made myself known, regardless where this goes. If anyone does research, they'll find my page and they'll see that I was the last Sanders in the line. I want the powers.
You already have it.
I don't have powers. But I don't have powers. I want powers. You have powers.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, here, take that lightsaber. That's a Darth Maul lightsaber, by the way. Yes, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Bet y'all didn't think you'd see a chicken shooting lightning out of his fingers. Yes, we do. You're right, Burrito. If they bought it, it's not really that other person's anymore. But they advertise it as. So he has his suit. He has some things that he personally wore. A hat he wore once. And Uncle Harley was not a big hat wearer. And, you know, he can have all that stuff. It's not Uncle Harley's anymore, and it's tainted, and we don't want it. I don't know. I'm going to ignore the guy, though. And if any of the other impersonators decide to do it, whatever, I guess. Let him post what he wants to post. He's just making himself look stupider. But yeah, when I die, I'll be the last Sanders. People will know it, so no one's there to pretend. I'll let you fly it if you want. I'll let you... No. I'll let you fly it if you want to fix it. Okay. Good shot. Yeah, you like that? Why? Why would you aim that at me with a lightsaber walking towards you? Walk this way. Anyways, I die. Last Sanders, blah, blah, blah. No one can pretend to be related anymore. As a sow, I died. One for every spice. One more. We do one more. One more! One for every spice. And the impersonators and stuff, like they... if there ever are any, I assume they'll be gone before I am because of their age. It's kind of sad people in their 60s and 70s acting like this. If there's any other impersonators after that, they can't say they're endorsed by the Sanders family because there won't be a Sanders family. We got people that were related to the Sanders family, but the Sanders family will be extinct when regards to the last name Sanders. So that will be my legacy, I guess. Thayer once told me he wished he could buy the Shelbyville mansion and the Claudia Sanders dinner house that's for sale now and give it to me and my family. The guy was glazing me. He was glazing this family to get in with it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why he made comments like that and make comments like he's doing online now. Bro doesn't loose. That's what he said. I don't LOOSE anymore. Bro, don't loose. Can I get a bro, don't loose chain in the comment?
Bro, don't lose.
Yeah, he meant to say that I don't lose anymore, those words. He put a long rant thing on there saying he used to pick his fights and lose them, but he don't lose anymore. But he put loose. He goes, I don't loose anymore. And when I read that, you know, I was getting infuriated and mad as I was reading, and then I read I don't loose anymore, and I was like, eh. Loose is what he spelled. Burrito. Loose. By saying bro don't lose, actually saying lose, you're kind of supporting what he said, because he said he doesn't lose anymore, but he said it wrong, saying loose. Loose. Ah, Mr. Blue Eyes got it. Can we get a chain of that in the comments? Because I thought that was funny. I mean, there's some joy to it. You read some of the stuff he says and it's funny. But it bothers me, you know? Bothers me. I can't believe this hour-and-a-half long freaking rant about the man pleases him enough that he leaves me alone. And I never have to talk about him again. Because when my nephew gets old enough to learn about the Colonel, I'm going to warn him about Thayer and the other impersonators. I'm going to tell you, you ever get on the internet, you do not talk to anybody outside of this family that dresses like Colonel Sanders. Because if you do, you're going to run into this issue. I don't care how nice you are, I don't care who you are. You dress like my uncle, you are a crazy schizophrenic old man, in my opinion, because of all the people that I met that dress like my uncle. Okay? That's just how I'm going to look at you, because of these people. So if you dress like my uncle, don't approach me or anyone in my family. We don't want to know it. We don't want to see it. We don't care. These people have ruined it for us. Just have your happy little day, because if you ask us our opinion, or you try to get famous off of it, and we see it, and we're asked our opinion on it, I'm going to be honest. I think it's stupid. You die! You die! You die now! Yeah, I give you a weapon, no? Here, take it. Somebody is here. I can smell them. Now let's walk into this freaking game. They're above us. I smell their booty. They're squatting like they're friendly, but they're not. I don't know. Maybe it's whatever they put in the chicken now that does it. Miller once told me that he was eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. He had just happened to shave his face. Not really a goatee, but the other kind of goatee. Not this one that I have, the Van Dyke style, but the other one. And somebody approached him and said, "You look like the Colonel." And he said to himself, he can make money off of this. And he went with it. And they hired him to be a brand ambassador. Every single impersonator that I have met that's worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken, except for CJ Sizemore, he doesn't tell me why he got into it. Maybe it's the same story. I don't know. I don't really have an issue with CJ. But they told me it's because somebody said they look like it. So when someone says they're in a Kentucky Fried Chicken, they're eating the chicken, someone says you look like the Colonel, boom, they start becoming this impersonator thinking that they are celebrities. They will go to restaurants, stores, they will go in parades and dress like the Colonel. They'll sit in a car with the banner of their Facebook page of the Colonel Sanders lookalike. And if you're lucky like me and you go to America's Got Talent and you're related to the Colonel, which is, I don't know how many of my family members are going to do that. I was the only one in my family to do that. But if you make it known that you're going there and you're excited and you're telling your viewers, which at the time I had hardly any on YouTube, that you're going to Orlando or whatever, and Miller lived in Orlando at the time. He lived really close by, so he saw that and he was like, hey, I want to go there. And I was like, hey, you can't go there without having a wristband. And you can only get those if you sign up ahead of time, and you didn't, so you're not going. He goes, they'll let me in because of the celebrity I am. But if you're lucky and you're related to me and you go on America's Got Talent and it's near Miller, he'll show up dressed like the Colonel and tell people in front of your face that he is the real Colonel Harlan Sanders. And when people ask him, are you the real Colonel Sanders? He'll go, why, yes, I am the real Colonel Harlan Sanders. He'll turn around and lie to your face and say he has a contract that legally states that he has to say he is Colonel Harlan Sanders when somebody asks. That's complete hogwash. But he'll lie to your face and say it, and he'll say that in front of your face to other people. But if you ask, are you an impersonator of Colonel Sanders? He'll go, why, yes, I am. I am a professional impersonator of Colonel Harlan Sanders. But if you ask if he is Colonel Sanders, he will say he is the real Colonel Sanders. Speaking from experience, by the way. He has me blocked, but he also has a photo showcasing me and my grandfather, uncomfortable standing next to him, that he took and posted to his page that he got to meet the Colonel's family. My grandpa has hated that man since the day he met him. Because we were having such a great time in America's Got Talent, and that guy showed up and, you know, followed us like a lost puppy. My grandpa was going to come back with me to see my comedy routine, but he opted to stay outside of the doors to keep Miller away from me so that Miller didn't mess me up. And then Miller had, I stayed in contact with him for a while because, like I said, I was easily manipulated. And bro really tried hard. He kept asking for my address multiple times because he wanted to come meet and have lunch and peck our brains about the Colonel. They might think they're doing something cool, like when you are a big fan of like Butch Hartman, or, you know, voice actor, cartoon show actor, Jerry Trainer. You go up to them, you want to do your impersonation of them, show them, hey, it's really cool, right? But when you just approach a random person of the Colonel's family and then try poorly impersonating the Colonel in front of them, it's really creepy and weird, and we don't like that. If you are a really good voice impressionist, voice actor, and you made your content about that, and you wanted to show it off, and you were pretty confident in it, and you asked us if we wanted to hear it, it's a different story. And these people are why you never heard anything in modern day about the Colonel's family ever coming out and talking about him, working with the brand, doing shows or interviews. That was disgusting because of these people. Just, we figured let them have their fun or whatever. We know what the truth is. It's all that matters. But you know what? I got on the internet and I got sick of seeing it. So I was like, yeah, I want to say something. They just don't like it. The rain and the thunder. I loved it how he said, I don't need a wristband to get in. Because he went to the Orlando Suncoast Convention Celebrity Impersonator Convention all the time when he lived there. He moved to Kentucky to work for the museum as the curator, as the official Colonel, and they told him no, so I think that's funny. He wasted his entire moving trip on that. So now he has to travel around to other KFCs and hope they let him in. But, I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. I'm looking. I think it was over here. You found him? Dang it. A couple more shots I would have got him. You go, Lobby. Anyways, he had said that because he goes to that convention a lot, he said, they will let me in simply because of the celebrity that I am. Those were his exact words, Miller's exact words. And I said, no, they won't. You don't got a wristband. And he said, yes, they will. And we got there, and he was on the outside, right, in line with everyone going in before you get checked for your bracelet. And I went in, checked. My bracelet was checked. My grandfather opted not to. He was going to stay with this guy and keep him away from me because he didn't like him. And Miller tried walking in, and the guard said, no wristband, no entry. And Miller said, oh, do you know who I am? And the guy says, I don't care who you look like or who you are. No wristband, no entry. And he wouldn't let him in. That was the highlight. We did not reach our live goal, but we never do. Maybe one day we will when we have millions of followers, viewers. And I'll appreciate it. Because I get to feed my duckies. We got 9 ducks now. And they eat a lot of food. So far, YouTube is sustaining that through ad revenue. So thank you for those who watch. My goal with monetary value of this channel so far is just to sustain my ducks so that they can eat. Anything extra is great, obviously, but hey, Harley Moon. Anything extra is great, but obviously the ducks are my main priority. Those are my main thing. So long as they're fed, that's all I care about. And if we ever become rich and famous, I'll put that to good use. All right, I'm heading off. My throat hurts from talking about this creep for an hour and 27 minutes, but obviously I'm very passionate about it, and it's been bothering me a lot for me to talk that much about it. But thank you for listening and being here. And Thayer, thank you for giving me that ad revenue. I know you're watching and you can't comment. It probably makes you mad. I can make it where you can comment again. But the bullcrap you're putting on your YouTube channel, I don't really want you to comment on my page. So, keep playing dress up. Ciao.